Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Godfrey Wawema. I will briefly talk about the possible role of YouTube videos in the teaching of physics. Let me give a brief introduction and background to my study. Physics has the lowest interest and retention rate of the three sciences. The other two sciences being biology and chemistry. Studies show that physics education is the most researched compared to chemistry education or biology education. Some other studies show that there is a demand for popular science resources like documentaries about the universe, documentaries about science discoveries. There's demand for science-themed magazines and science-themed YouTube videos are some of the ones that are most watched. This study investigates the correlation between the likelihood of watching physics-themed YouTube videos and the interest level of the participants in physics. According to Reiniger and Su, there are two basic types of interest in learning any topic. The first one is situational interest. This is when an individual is inspired to learn about a topic through short-term external motivation. Maybe the motivation may be to do well on a test or to improve the learner's grade. The other type of interest is the individual interest. This is when an individual truly wants to develop an understanding and is self-motivated to improve his or her knowledge in the topic. It is self-driven and normally lasts much longer than the situational interest. The method used in this study was paper and pencil survey method. 57 participants were involved, 49 females and 8 males. All the participants were enrolled in the elementary education program. The participants responded to statements by checking the appropriate response on 5-point Likert type scales. The first scale investigated the participants' likelihood of watching physics-themed YouTube videos. The participants were required to respond to one of the following: very unlikely, unlikely, not sure, likely, or very likely. The second scale investigated the participants' level of interest in physics. They were given statements and the participants were required to respond to one of the following: strongly disagree, then disagree, not sure, agree, or strongly agree. Here are some of the results and findings. When responding to the statements, I feel I am good at physics, I have a natural interest in physics, I watch YouTube channels with physics theme, the most common response reflected not sure. When responding to the statement, I have considered a degree in physics, the most common response reflected disagree. And yet, most participants agreed with the statement, I would like to learn more about physics. From these results, one can observe that most participants were not aware of their interest in physics. Another observation made from these results was that participants are more likely to watch clips where principles of physics are applied, like the one explaining the physics behind a cat landing on its 4 feet, rather than those that talk about physics in an abstract sense, like the one explaining quantum physics. On my right, we can see a scatter plot of the correlation between the interest level in physics and the likelihood of watching a physics video. There is a positive correlation with a coefficient of 0.308. The mean likelihood of watching a video on the Likert scale is 3, and the mean score on the interest level is 2.55. The mean score of 3 on the likelihood scale implies that most participants were not sure of their likelihood to watch a physics-themed YouTube video. And the mean score of 2.6 on the interest level scale implies that the general interest in physics is low. There is a moderately significant positive value of 3.308 for Pearson's coefficient between interest level of the participants and the likelihood to watch physics-themed YouTube video clips. Now, this means that for the participants that are highly interested in physics, the likelihood of watching a physics-themed YouTube is high. And similarly, for the participants that have got a low interest in physics, they are unlikely to watch any of these physics YouTube videos. Though there is a positive correlation between the interest level and the likelihood of watching a physics-themed video clip, from this study it's not clear whether participants are likely to watch the clip because of individual interest or situational interest. This study cannot distinguish between the two. The general recommendation of this study is that One way of improving and sustaining the level of interest in physics amongst the students would be to encourage the use of physics-themed videos in the development of the curriculum. There is another limitation that warrants further investigation in this study, and this is that the study does not distinguish whether participants are likely to watch physics-themed videos because they are interested in learning more about physics, or they are likely to watch the videos because of their already existing interest in physics. Thank you very much for listening to me.